Important news today, November 21, 2025. 1. Ties between Japan and China plunged to lowest in years, after Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi made remarks about Taiwan which Beijing strongly objected to. 2. Central Vietnam saw floods and landslides after heavy rainfall, more than 1,500 millimeters in parts, and the death toll climbed to at least 41. 3. It was announced that Turkey will host the next climate summit, COP31, after Australia stepped back from its bid. 4. India is planning to mandate country of origin filters on e-commerce platforms to make locally made products more visible and support domestic manufacturers. 5. The Tamil Nadu Industrial Development Corporation sought approval to acquire nearly 2,000 acres for a smart, global city, near Chennai, focusing on IT, infrastructure, and green design. 6. The Indian government reportedly arranged a $3.9 billion backing for the Adani conglomerate via LIC investments amid regulatory pressure. 7. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, says growth among the G20 economies will be just 2.9% by 2030, the weakest medium-term outlook since 2009, due to policy uncertainty, protectionism and aging populations. 8. The Reserve Bank of India (RBI) intends to maintain banking system liquidity above 1% of NDTL, assuring banks of interventions, example, reverse repo, open market operations after recent short-term liquidity stress. 9. The Indian pharmaceutical exports sector is nearing $30 billion, driven by CRDMO contract research development and manufacturing, and global capability centers, underpinning India's $30-35 trillion economy ambition by 2047. 10. Egg prices in regions such as Namakkal, Tamil Nadu have climbed to 6 rupees each, reflecting cost pressures, concentrated production platforms, export-oriented markets and the rising protein demand in India. 11. In Singapore, Q3 2025 GDP grew by 4.2% YoY, driven by manufacturing, especially electronics, AI, semiconductors, wholesale trade and finance. The full year 2025 growth forecast has been raised to 4%. However, export growth remains weak and 2026 forecasts point to slower growth. 12. The world's richest nations are scaling back global development assistance, with major donors cutting aid budgets and shifting policy priorities away from traditional development finance. 13. In the banking lending domain, observations show that Indian banks and the RBI are actively using open market operations and CRR reductions, recent 100 basis point cut, to ensure liquidity, especially during festival season demand and forex intervention.